This is one of the funnest videos that I have of the year, and we're going to do my 2021 MLB Postseason Predictions today. We're going to do that video today. Obviously, the wild card did not turn out into a 3-team tie or anything. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and predict the postseason in today's video. But before I get into this video, a lot of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead, get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like for great baseball content throughout the postseason and through the offseason. Now, let's go ahead and get into this video. We're going to start off, I feel like we started off in the American League last year, so let's go ahead and start off in the National League this year. Let's start in the National League wildcard, which will be on Wednesday, between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Dodgers are one of the best teams in baseball this year. Yes, they could be without Max Muncy and Clayton Kershaw in the playoffs, which is definitely a bummer for them. They've still got Max Scherzer, Walker Buehler. Max Scherzer is going to be the most likely to pitch in this game. Adam Wainwright is going to be on the mound for St. Louis. St. Louis has been a really hot team. And as realistic as it could be for them to win, I just don't see it happening. St. Louis is a very good ball club that, yes, has Nolan Arenado, who is a great player. Paul Goldschmidt, who's one of the more underrated players. Harrison Bader and Tyler O'Neill have had breakout years. And as good as Adam Wainwright has been this year, and he's got plenty of postseason experience himself, by the way. I think the Dodgers win this one. I think with the Dodgers, the more vital thing for them is, what does Cody Bellinger do in this series? Is he the starting center fielder, or is it Gavin Lux in center field? Because I think that's a really big question for this Los Angeles Dodgers team. And this Dodgers team, if Cody Bellinger is good, they're probably going to make it to the World Series. But with the way he's been, who knows with Cody Bellinger? A lot of their lineup has been disappointing. Betts has not been a top 3 player in baseball this year. So yeah, let's go ahead and head now to the Braves and the Brewers. Now, obviously, you see Braves fan here, got the hat on, got the shirt on. But this is going to be an awfully tough series versus the Brewers. Now, if the Braves can pitch like they did in the Philly series, where Anderson, Fried, Morton are all 3 on just top cylinders and are really, really good, and this Braves team is going to be competitive. They will be competitive, and they could take this to possibly a Game 5 realistically. But it's going to be hard to do it with no really offense. We know the scares that Will Smith gives every Braves fan in the late innings. He gives everybody scares in the late innings. And what do the Braves do best? Offense. Albies, Riley, who's one of the more underrated MVP candidates this year, who's not going to get it but should probably. Freeman, you've got him as well. So Larry and Peterson, they came over in trades at the deadline, and they've been very, very good. It's a bullpen that really is going to be the deciding factor for what this Braves team does. But let's talk about the Brewers, because the Brewers are a great team this year. You've got the top 3 of Woodruff, Burns, and Peralta, which is just nasty. No team wants to face that 3-headed monster there. And Adrian Hauser or Brett Anderson or whoever can pitch. And there is a 4 or 5. You've got Willie Adames, who has been sensational since coming over to Milwaukee. And Christian Yelich is the biggest part of this postseason team. If Christian Yelich is on this team is going to be really dangerous. It's going to be really dangerous either way. In the back end of the bullpen, you're going to have to face Josh Hader, Brent Suter, Brad Boxberger, some of those guys. If the hitting can stand up and be good, then this Brewers team is awfully dangerous. And I have the Brewers beating the Braves in 4 games. I'm not going to be biased this year. Let's go to the Giants and the Dodgers, which, boy, is this going to be a fun series. The Giants have been the biggest surprise to baseball this year, winning 107 games this year in the regular season. And the Giants definitely can compete with the Dodgers. They're probably, they really can compete with the Dodgers. They've got Logan Webb, who's had a breakout year this year, along with Kevin Gausman. All their hitting seems to be really good this year. Brandon Crawford might be one of the more underrated MVP candidates that there is out there. Along with Brandon Belt and Buster Posey have had resurgence to their career this year. And this is going to be a very good matchup here. Lamont Wade has came over and been great. Chris Bryant's been good. This team, I think their bullpen definitely is going to be – their bullpen's going to be a question. But so is the Dodgers' bullpen. It's going to be a little bit of a question too. So the Giants versus Dodgers, if we look at how they played each other this year. Okay, so they won a series versus the Dodgers back in September. back in July. Also won a series versus the Dodgers 3-1. Also won another series late July versus the Dodgers as well. And they lost 2 straight to the Dodgers in June. So, and they got swept in a series early May. They're a better team now, and they won a series in late May. So, yeah, the Giants are just a great team this year. Gabe Kapler, he's been a great manager this year. As much as I wanted to doubt him after his stint with the Phillies, he's been great this year. He's been a big reason why this team has been so good. I'm going to go with the Giants here winning this, and I'll take the Giants in 5. The Giants seem to just win every series, and I think that just helps them for the playoffs. Not to mention that they have a ton of playoff experience in the playoffs as well. The Dodgers, they have it as well, but the Giants have had multiple World Series runs with these players, and I think the Giants win. Until the Giants are really beat, then they're not. The Dodgers fall short this year. As good of a team as they are, Max Muncy and Clayton Kershaw being out in the NLDS hurts very much, and I think the Dodgers get beat in 5. Let's go ahead and head to the American League now, and we have let's say in the NL. We have the Giants and Brewers in the National League Championship Series, and this is an interesting matchup, very interesting matchup. You have both very good pitching teams there. The Brewers, I think, have a little edge in the bullpen, definitely for sure. Probably a little edge in the starting pitching as well. The hitting probably goes to the Giants, though. Pretty big time there. But boy, is this going to be an interesting series between the Giants and the Brewers. The Giants versus the Brewers this year. They won a series versus Milwaukee in early August, and they got almost swept by the Brewers in September. Now, this Brewers team, we all know how dangerous this Brewers team is. People need to give them more respect than they're giving them. I think Christian Yelich is going to be better in the playoffs. Sil Garcia is one of the more underrated players in baseball for sure. He has had a phenomenal year. Willy Adames, like I said, Omar Narvaez even. And, yeah, this team, I think they beat the Giants. I think the Brewers beat the Giants in 6, and the Brewers are heading to the 2021 World Series. And now let's head over to the American League, where we have the Boston Red Sox against the New York Yankees. For the Yankees, Garrett Cole has been very shaky as of late. Very, very shaky, giving up a lot of runs as of late. I didn't understand why the Red Sox went with Chris Sale as the starter today. He only went 2 3/3 innings, but still makes no sense to go with your ace and Chris Sale right before just about a wild card game. So I doubt he's available for Tuesday, which probably means Nathan Eovaldi's on the mound. And in that, I think it's I don't know who this is going to be a very good game. Obviously, what MLB wants for the marketing side of things, they can market the Red Sox and the Yankees all they want. And for this, I think the Red Sox win. And I think the Red Sox win. No, actually, I'm going to go with the Yankees. I think the Yankees actually do win. The Yankees, I think, are who Tampa Bay wants to play. Now, the Red Sox probably have the better lineup than the Yankees, especially with DJ LeMahieu probably not being available. But with how shaky Cole has been, I think he will show up in the wild card game, though. Now let's go ahead and go to the White Sox and the Astros. I don't think the White Sox are a team that really is going to make a deep run. Yes, they have that great bullpen of Hendricks, Kimbrel, and Tepera, and Crochet, Kopech. They've got a good bullpen, but Craig Kimbrel needs to rebound. Craig Kimbrel is a key part to their success in the playoffs, and Craig Kimbrel has not been it since going to the south side of Chicago, simply. The Astros are a team that is very good hitting-wise, of course, with Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman. They've just got so many guys, and I think they beat the White Sox in 4. I don't think this is a particularly close series. I think the White Sox win 1 probably at home, but the White Sox are not a real team. I wouldn't take them very seriously with a weak division that they've played in all year. Don't take them very seriously. I'm sorry, White Sox fans. I really am. because the White Sox are a fun team, and they're a fun team to watch, and I would love to see them possibly make a run. But realistically, they're just not going to make a run, in my opinion. They have played in, like I said, a weak AL Central and is going to be a first-round exit pretty easily by the Astros, I think. And the Astros, their starting pitching doesn't get enough talking. Well, Luis Garcia, Framber Valdez, Zach Greinke, all those guys are really, really good. And even Lance McCullers needs some more talking. The Rays versus the Yankees. I doubted the Rays coming into the year, and I mean, look at how good they've done this year. Over 100 wins this year, and have had a great season. Now, they just actually took 2 of 3 from the Yankees, and just played them at the end of the year. So, for the Rays, what's going to be really something that's going to be interesting for them is what their starting rotation is going to look like. Is Baz going to be on that postseason roster? I definitely think so. So, I think their 4 stars are probably going to be Yarbrough, McClanahan, Baz, and Rasmussen, I think, are probably going to be the starters that they go with. But I wouldn't think – I mean, if you're a baseball fan, you're probably not thinking any of those are going to go very long. If you're the Yankees, you're probably seeing a new arm every inning or two. Like, you're not going to be seeing very long, especially with how good their bullpen is with Kittredge, McHugh, Whistler. They've got a great bullpen. And they're not going to keep with that starting pitcher for long. I think if they could get 4 or 5 innings out of their starter, they would be more than happy. And I know that's a regular postseason team, but maybe even 3 innings. Like you saw with this series versus the Yankees, that they really went with the shorter starts besides Michael Wacha today. And they really went with the shorter starts, especially for Bass, Rasmussen, and that's really more of towards the playoffs because they're going to use probably their whole bullpen in the playoffs and not even really going to think twice about it with how good the Rays are. Now, the Yankees, like I said, they don't match up particularly well with the Rays, with how good the Rays pitching is. It's not a good matchup at all. The Yankees have never really played the Rays well, and the Rays have really played the Yankees very well. I'm going to have the Rays moving on in 5. All right, so now in the American League Championship Series, geez, I can't speak. It's going to be the Houston Astros against the Tampa Bay Rays. We saw this matchup back in, I think it was 2017, maybe even 2019 too, that we saw this. But the Rays and the Astros, this is 2 teams that for the Astros have great hitting, and the Rays have very good hitting themselves, which not enough people are talking about with Cruz, Rosarena, Wander Franco, and Joey Wendell. They have great hitting themselves. Tampa Bay has really good pitching as well, like I just talked about for probably 2 minutes. But the Astros here, this is a team that has the great hitting. And don't get on them for their trash can banging. I know you're going to say, "Oh, trash can bangers." Okay, whatever. But let's go on here with the Astros. The Astros, their bullpen, I think, is really what's going to be the question mark here. You've got Kendall Graveman and Ryan Presley, who's probably going to cover the 8th and the 9th. But besides that, it's a little questionable. Like I said, their starting pitching, though, is very, very good. So they'll probably figure it out, find a way to figure it out. But I've got the Rays here moving on in 6 games. I think that the Rays, definitely, it's not going to be easy to beat the Astros, but I think that the Rays move on. And in the 2021 World Series, I have the Tampa Bay Rays against the Milwaukee Brewers. And for baseball, probably not too intriguing for, what baseball would like. They would probably like the Yankees or the Dodgers, like 2 teams to come out of the wild card or something. But realistically, I just don't think that's going to be. That's 2 smaller markets with the Rays and the Brewers. Now, what a storyline this is going to be, because the Rays actually traded away Milwaukee's, in my opinion, most valuable player this year in Willie Adames to them. But I'm pretty sure for Milwaukee, they also got back Drew Rasmussen and JP Feyereisen, I think is how you pronounce it. But Rays Brewers, this is going to be one heck of a World Series here, dominated by just great pitching. Dominated by really great pitching. I mean, just think about it. I mean, you've got Burns, Woodruff, Peralta, and Rasmussen, McClanahan, Yarbrough, and all Baz, all the good bullpen arms that the Rays have. This is going to be such a good series, and it's going to be dominated by pitching, which is another thing that MLB probably does not like. And in this series, I think that it is going to be very, very close. The Rays obviously have more more postseason experience. They definitely have that in their favor. Starting pitching in this series probably goes to the Brewers. They probably have the advantage there. The relief pitching definitely goes to the Rays. And the hitting, I think, goes to the Rays as well. So the Rays, like I said, they made a World Series run last year and were in the World Series last year. But I think this is finally the time that they win it. They can't go back 2 years in a row and not win a single World Series. I've got the Rays winning the 2021 MLB World Series in 7 games. I think the injuries play a big part of this World Series too, and a big reason why the Dodgers, I don't think, win this World Series. So I have got the Rays winning the World Series this year in 7 games. Boy, did I tease you guys with a Braves hat. Nah, the Rays are going to win the World Series this year, I think, in 7 games over the Milwaukee Brewers. So yeah, those are my postseason predictions. We had some interesting postseason predictions this year. I did pretty well last year, I think. Maybe. I don't remember. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Like I said, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications because a lot of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead, get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.